Okay, so a non-calculator numeracy style question here. Okay, and it says, doesn't it, here we've got every year the cost for putting on the city's Christmas parade, it increases by 10% of the previous year's cost. So it says then, in November 2015, the cost was £8,000, okay? Calculate the cost of putting on the November 2018 Christmas parade, okay? Now, that was 2015, wasn't it? Okay, so obviously there's been a number of years since then, 2016, 2017, and then we get 2018. And this happens every year, of course, okay? And it says the cost increases by 10% of the previous year's cost. So let's think about what it would have cost in November 2016. We'd have to go through these steps, okay? We can't just jump straight to 2018, right? It doesn't work like that. Okay, so let's work out November 2016. Well, it increases by 10%. So if it was £8,000 in 2015, let's work out what 10% is of that cost. 10% of 8,000, well, 10% just is divide by 10, isn't it? That's what 10% is equivalent to, divide by 10. Divide that by 10, so you get £800. Okay, so you've got this figure here, £800. Now, that will help us then work out the cost, won't it, for 2016. Of course, the cost isn't going to be that, okay, alone. That represents the increase, doesn't it? That is the increase. Okay, because the cost increases by 10% each year. So that represents our increase. So to get then the cost in 2016, we'd need to do 8,000 plus then this 800. So that will be 8,800. Okay? That's the cost in November 2016. 10% more than it was in 2015. We keep going, all right? Now we'll do the following year, November 2017. But this is where you've got to be careful, okay? We now need to add on 10% again, yeah? But the 10% will be different to this. It won't be £800 again. Because reading the question, remember, it increases by 10% of the previous year's cost. The previous year's cost. From November 2017, the previous year, 2016, wasn't it? That was the cost. So that was the cost in 2016. We now need to work out 10% of this to see what the increase is. So 10% of 8,800. Of course, 10%, remember, is divided by 10. So if you divide that by 10, you get 880. So that's the increase this time, right? 880. So now the cost will be 8,800 plus then this 880. Now, I need to work that calculation out. Maybe I'll work it out underneath here. So we've got 8,800, 880. So add the units, 0. Add the tens is 8. Add the hundreds is 16. So 6 carry 1. Add the 8 and the 1 is 9. So 9,680. Of course, now that will be for 2017. Now to work out 2018, which is what we want, we now do the same thing again. It'll increase, this now will increase by 10%. So we need to work out what 10% of that is. 10% of 9,680. And remember, when you work out 10%, divide by 10, so take off a 0, that will just be 968. So the increase now will be 968. So notice how it changes each year. The first increase was 800, then it was 880. It's getting more complicated now. The increase then in this final year is 968. So we need to add that on, don't we? We need to do 9,680, add the increase 10%, okay, and then we'll get our answer. Okay, so if we add the units, it's 8. Add the tens is 14, 4 carry 1. Add the hundreds, 6 and 9 is 15. Add 1 is 16, so 6 carry 1. And then the 9 and that 1 is 10. So the cost will be £10,648 in November 2018.